Is you all right?
Are we on?
Yeah. I think we are.
All right. Welcome to the what are we calling this here? The first Racing for Recovery one-on-one potential radio show, success story, something Friday afternoon form, right?
I think we might have to shorten the title down just a little
tad.
bit.
First of all, I said to Todd that he couldn't see the logo, and I didn't know if anybody at home would know that this is Racing for Recovery, but I think we got it sorted.
I think if you could put a logo on everything in the world, probably would do it.
We do it.
It looks
right?
pretty cool, though.
Why don't, I want to say this, that for me, I look at you as my right-hand man. You know, I know that's a cliche term in the business world. This is my right-hand guy, but for those that are watching or don't even know about Racing for Recovery, I view you literally as my right-hand guy. And I can't tell you how thankful I am and how relieved I am that I have somebody to be like, here, so I can go off and do my stuff. Because for so many years, I was doing all of this on my own. And now to have help is awesome. So I just want to start by letting people know exactly how I feel about your role, and thank you for being that.
Thank you. I mean, I think back to a lot of the stuff that we have going on and different things that we'll do, and at times it'll pop back in my head like, oh my gosh, Todd used to do all of this stuff on his own. And it's overwhelming to even think about the fact that you were able to sustain what you had envisioned over 17 years ago, and in 2001 created it, that have been able to keep things going. And granted, there's been a lot of awesome people that have helped you along the way, and obviously appreciate all of that, but you know, from anything from answering the phones to scheduling clients to booking speaking engagements, whatever it may be, that creeps into my mind from time to time, and it's like, wow, you know, that was endurance, perseverance, just sticking through it. And you know, obviously I thank you for that those so many years ago, because it's given myself and so many other people an opportunity now to help you broaden it and reach more people as we are now. And it's awesome to be able to be doing this. And you know, somebody had mentioned to me to, you know, keep your goals and your dreams as a key point of what my job, my role is. And you know, you'd shared with me years ago about having this opportunity, and now to be able to continually do that on Thursday nights for a support group meeting, and then like you said in the beginning, weekly we'll be starting to do this on a Friday. We'll be bringing in a lot of different people from success stories, you know, different people we're partnering with, groups that we work with, you name it. Some of our instructors, whoever is involved in Race Recovery, we'll be bringing them each week, and it'll be really cool to show everybody who all is involved in Race Recovery and helps to make things happen, and then all the hard work that people are putting in to help attain and sustain sobriety. So
absolutely, cool. You know, and I think it's I said to Jessica Lockhart, who's a awesome chiropractor who both you and I are now utilizing her services, right? I said to her today, I go, hey, we're starting our first, I guess you can call this what is this, a radio show, hey, we're going to call it a TV show or whatever, right? Recovery TV
where
show.
It goes.
Right, but I said, you know, we're doing this, and would you be interested in coming on and talking about why you joined the team? She didn't like to use the word staff, and I don't either, but it's like, yeah, we can interview anybody we want, and if somebody's watching out there and you want to be on this, you know, let us know, send us a message, and
absolutely,
we'll do that. And also too, if we get people that are asking questions while we're doing this, let's make sure we.
And I apologize because I wasn't really paying attention to my phone here, but there are several people that are watching, and thank you guys and gals for joining in. Appreciate you checking it out this morning, but yeah, it's exciting, and from all the different things that we're looking at doing and bringing people in and expanding what is able to be offered to everyone that comes into our doors. That's what's really awesome to see the growth. I mean, I can't help but think back when you and I and a couple other people had toured this facility. in January of 16, and we're just in awe and absolutely loved it. And then we're like, oh, there's no way, you know, the price tag, and it just wasn't possible. And fast forward, you know, to we got in here in the middle of August of 16, and thinking back of how that happened, and you know, just your involvement with people and people stepping forward to help out and do whatever they could. And I don't know how much of names or anything like that can be shared or anything, but it's so appreciated, because different people have come into our lives at different times to make an impact and make things happen in order to reach more people. And it's just having faith in God and keeping the course. And yeah, there's been a lot of rough moments in all of our lives, and getting through those to continually push forward to see the results and how it's helping so many people. That's what's just, it's awesome every day.
Well, so I'm going to turn this into a Barbara Walters moment, because I know this, you mentioned faith, and so I'm going to hit you with a hard question. You know, talk about Eric Floyd. I mean, let's talk about Eric, you know, like how funny he was, how funny he was, the impact that awesome dude had on your life, what his loss means to you, what we've done in his name to carry on, you know, who he was and what he was, making a promise to his parents when Eric was lost that we said we'd never not talk about Eric. So
yep.
You mentioned faith, and let's talk about Eric for a minute, and then we'll tie it into a productive message.
Wow. Kind of had a bad feeling that the emotions would come out today, and it's a lot of what excuse me, happens a lot around here, but that's all right. Eric, just an incredibly awesome dude. Knew him for a long time. Actually bartended with him for many years. Did a lot of stupid things together, but I think back to him at his best moments, and you know, working out in the gym with him, and all of the fun stuff, and just him as a person, and seeing his mom and dad around here. I remember that was a welcoming feeling for me when I first came in to Racing for Recovery, and I love it when they're around. I've got his, you know, his picture in my office, so I see it every day and think about him every day. And like I said, we just keep pushing forward to try to help as many people as we can, and you know, many people that are a part of that. And you know, a few that we have lost along just in the time that I've been around Racing for Recovery. It's, you know, you think about them every day. You see, you know, hope in their family members, their loved ones that still come to meetings, or that, you know, will stop in or call at times, drop an email or a message on Facebook, and it's awesome to still see them, because the ones we have lost, they are carried on every day in what we do.
I'm going to take it easy on you for a minute, because I know how hard this is for you and me, so I'm going to turn it into some funny moments for him, and I love sharing this story. And first of all, I want to say this. It's fitting that we're talking about Eric the first time we're doing our show like this, because I believe Joanne heard me on 94.5, our local radio station, and my dear friend Mark Benson, who's been interviewing Racing for Recovery since its inception. Joanne heard me on the radio, and that's how she first heard about Racing for Recovery, to get Eric here. So again, we've always been about utilizing the media to get a message out there and break that stigma of being anonymous about it, right? And so this funny story with Eric, God, I'll never forget this. He was going through whatever, and I was out in Los Angeles getting ready to walk into a pretty important, well, quote important meeting, right? And I'm walking in, and my cell phone rings, and it was one of the flip phone razors back in the day, right? And I pick up the phone because of course I see it's Eric's name, and I go, hey man, what's up? I'm walking into a meeting right now, and I won't say exactly what he said, but basically it was like, those guys aren't important, I'm important. You need to take this call.
I think you need to say it out. That was classic.
Yeah, it was. Well, basically Eric said, fuck those guys, I'm more important, and I remember saying, dude, I know you are. Let me talk to these guys and I'll call you right back, which of course I did. And that's how I prefer to remember Eric.
Absolutely.
Just a funny, loving dude. And the other message on a serious note that I always convey to people is Eric was a lot like a lot of us. He was that guy that would call me after something bad happened when he was drinking. Todd, I need some help. And I'm like, dude, come on over, let's talk, whatever. And he would go, yeah, you're right. And he would turn it around. And then he was like a lot of people who think, well, I'll just have a couple.
Yep.
And then he'd go out and he'd have 2 or 3 and no catastrophic thing would happen. And then he'd call me and he'd say, I think I can handle it. And I'm like, Eric, we've gone over this. And then he would fall and something bad would happen and his face would get all screwed up and he'd call me and we'd repeat that cycle. And I remember being with him the night of his accident, prior to that, and we were talking about drinking and driving and just the consequences of addiction. And I remember him saying to me, maybe it'll take that, meaning getting a DUI or an accident, so I could learn my lesson. And I remember thinking, well, dude, you don't have to have that happen.
Yep.
And that night he got in his accident. And I remember going to see him in the hospital the next morning and looking at him on the life support and looking at him and thinking, well, man, dude, you got your answer and it's going to be a long road back. I never thought it would take him. And then when it did, it was just... it was devastating.
Yep.
And I use Eric in any way that I possibly can to convey that message.
Yep.
So I remember Eric for both of those things, some funny stuff and a profound message to others.
Yep. He was, I think of him every time working out. Sorry, AJ, but Eric is probably the strongest dude I've ever known. He was a badass in the gym, and he just loved working out with him, and I think about him all the time now, and I start lifting again and just, whether it's one more rep or whatever, just trying to keep him pushing through. So
he'd be proud.
Yep.
I know he would.
Yep.
So let's take that, when you talk about faith, how has faith played a role when, and you may talk about it before I do, how does faith play a role where you basically were like, I'm leaving everything I've known to join forces with me and us with nothing? What was that like? As a father, as a person, what was it like to go, I'm taking a chance at this?
It was scary. Actually felt a lot of relief in a sense too. Maybe some people are watching don't know, I went to school to be a teacher, so helping people, helping kids, physical fitness and health is what I wanted to do. Did that for several years. Then got laid off from there when they closed some schools down because I was lower on seniority, and kind of got bumped into a different path in my life, and did some mortgage home loans for a year, and then got into a large manufacturing company here in Toledo, and it was great. 10 years there, multiple promotions, paid for me to get my master's degree. Things were going well, and that was just the path I was taking. And then some changes were made, and I ended up being one of the resulting changes. And that was in, I think, April of 16. Left without a job then, and obviously 10 years, had some severance that was provided from that, and it gave me the opportunity to really think about life and what I wanted and what makes me happy, and it forced my wife and I to take a look at, finances and really to cracked down. That was one of the big things that kind of drove me to drinking and smoking weed and popping pills whenever I was not at work, and that was my ability to ignore the financial problems that we were dealing with. You know, I handled a $20 million budget at work, but couldn't handle my own personal finances, and that was a big factor. And I think the time that I was allocated to be able to reflect on what it was that I wanted in life gave me the clarity, you know, a lot of prayer, a lot of communicating with my wife, my mom, my dad, everybody in my family, my sister, my brother, really trying to understand what it was I wanted to get back into doing. And then once I realized what it was, I think I knew all along, but it was like, all right, on paper, this makes no sense. You know, here's the path I should take. You know, you got another job offer with, you know, salary, benefits, all this other stuff. And over here I really want to do this because I love it and that's my passion, and I know I will feel great doing it. But there's nothing. There's no salary. There's no benefits. There's no nothing. And you've got a wife and 3 kids at home.
So what's the problem?
Leap of faith, you know.
Yeah,
and I think I had in my heart, in my mind, what I wanted to do. And then when I got the support of my wife and my family, my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, I was like, all right, this is it. Let's just find a way to make it work. And once the decision was made, it was full speed ahead. And happiness is what life is about, and it's service to others and finding what makes each of us tick. And once you can find that, you'll find a way to make it work. And that's what we had to do, and that's what we're doing, and we keep moving forward. And I love every day, and it's like I'm not working because I enjoy it, and the atmosphere, the culture, the people, it's incredible. And you get hope and inspiration every single day from not only our staff, people involved here, but every person that comes through the door for help.
I got to say, this is pretty cool doing this. See if anybody's asked a question or anything, because of course I got a couple, but...
It says there's an echo, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh, man. Is it working?
There's some people watching.
Is the sound good?
Can you guys hear us okay?
Or is there still an echo?
Or is there still an echo? There is a little bit of a delay on that, so we'll see what they say. But yeah, it's...
I hope this is coming across. Well, so let's. I want to talk about that for a moment because...
Yes, it's good. Thanks,
good?
Kelly.
Okay, thanks.
Appreciate the feedback.
I think of that a lot with respect to, well, it's faith, right? It's easy to get a quote, a good job and chill and be normal.
Yep.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not advocating taking the route that I personally went through to keep this thing going, but I also believe if you want something in life, it's on you if you're going to get it or not.
Yep.
And when you invest in something and put the effort into it, it comes back. And I think of how many people have good ideas or things they want to do, and for whatever reason they just don't do it. And what a tragedy that is. So tell me what it's like now that you took that leap of faith and you're here. You know, what has that done for what's it done for your heart and your overall wellness?
It's been great. I feel good. I don't dread getting up and going to work. I know that I'm coming into an extended family that we have an awesome time every day together, and we're here working together to help more people. And there's not a better feeling than doing that every single day. I know also, you know, to me it's important too. It's setting a good example for my kids. Follow your heart, you know, do what you feel is right. Money's not everything. You need to enjoy life. We still got to learn more about that and take you up on one of your concert offers here at some point. But it's helping to show them too. It's helping to show them too that, you know, there's people that struggle. There's people that overcome. There's also people that don't make it through. And that's scary, and I don't want that to happen to them. I try to lead by example, try to show them, the different things that we do around here, the Sober Saturday activities that, you can hang out and watch football and you can have a hell of a good time, laughing, playing cards, whatever it is, and there doesn't have to be a single drink or drug around at all. And you can still, that's what life is all about. And that's what I looked at early in my sobriety was, whether it was a family party or a social event or whatever it was, I would gravitate towards the kids because they weren't drinking or they weren't doing it. So it's like I found, I use this reference when I speak at another agency sometimes during the week, and there's a box of pencils that sits on the desk, and I said, I think about my kids, and I said, kids would take that box of pencils and they would build little houses, they would build a fence. You could get creative and do whatever you want. And there's no alcohol or drugs, and they can have a blast doing it and playing with that. And I use that as a reference that you need to get back a little bit to what you did when you were younger, in that just pure, genuine laughter, excitement, enjoyment, and the hurt too that comes along with it sometimes. But that's life, and we all have to deal with that. But that's what Race Recovery is about. It's a support network that is there for you when you have those difficult times. Like Mike from last night, from our meeting. It's great. We're all here for him. We've got a whole group of people that are working together to, get him different things rolling and be there for him. And it's just, we're all here for everyone. And I love being a part of that.
So if you notice, I haven't asked you one bit about, well, let's talk about your drug addiction, because you've been there, done that, so yep. People might be sitting around going, well, I want to know about the past. I don't care. Nope. I know you did it, and I know you're grateful to have survived it, and as you notice, we're just talking about what's going on now in the present and where we're heading in the future. So why don't you tell people exactly what your duties are around here? What do you do as the executive director of Racing for Recovery?
I think when we came in, there was 3 of us, and it was we all have done everything that we need to continue to help the people that are walking through our door. It's evolved a lot. I handle financials, tracking of the billing and making sure everything is going on properly with that. Community outreach, which I need to be doing more of that. Try to be involved in the different coalitions that are going on throughout our communities and different counties. Programming, try to look at what different things we can add to enhance Race and Recovery and what we're offering, feeding into the dreams that you have and trying to make those become the reality. I think back in the different things where we were, like I said, a few people, 3 people sitting in an IOP and 3 sport group meetings throughout the week, and now we've got something every day from a sport group meeting standpoint. Yoga running 3 times a week, soul core running twice a week, dinners that we're doing, enhance the spirituality meeting, just all the different things that are going on now. And I know like somebody will call for a meeting on Thursday. It's like, oh my gosh, Thursdays are just packed. Right. Like you go from 3 IOP sessions that are run throughout the day, and in between that 1 hour you got a soul core run, and then right when the one's done you got a spirituality meeting starting, and then you got dinner, and then the meeting, and then it's like, and I apologize because I know there's people that don't get to talk to as much as we'd like to on Thursdays. It's a whirlwind of things going on, and I hope people understand that and are not upset if there's not as much time to chat. But it's we're here every day, and we want people to keep coming around, and even people we haven't seen in a while. I just talked to somebody last night. I haven't seen their son for a while. I said, have them stop in. We're here all day. Just stop in, play a game of pool, hang out, talk for a couple minutes, whatever. But it's constantly evolving. Whether it's helping out our client specifically, or working out in the gym with a client, or whatever it is. Just trying to be involved in whatever way I can to help grow the organization.
Check if we have a question at all, and I got another thing to follow up with you. I got to remember what I wanted to say.
No questions, but
Anybody
No
asking
questions,
anything?
but it's some people on here that are watching, and
Cool.
hello, everybody.
hello everybody.
That's good. Glad
So that's good. Glad that some people are checking it out.
Absolutely. And again, if you want to come on and share your story, you know, get with Todd and let's bring you
Yep.
on and have you do that. So here's a question. You had mentioned, you know, and I know who you're referring to, Margaret Dobson, who's been instrumental in helping us develop that educational program we have. She said one of the things, I think early on, she said, you know, you have to find the balance of helping me rein it in, as we like to say around here, and then also pursuing some of the things. And I want to let the world know who's watching this right now how much I've learned from you and respect your business knowledge, your business sense, your business acumen, and how your past background in the world of business has really helped us as an organization. And I have a tendency to kind of be full on all the time, and I refer to Todd at both our relationship as I'm the gas and my foot is always just full throttle on the gas and Todd's the brakes. And we have found, and I admire you and respect our relationship tremendously, of how we figured out for me to let up on the gas and for you to let go of the brake a little bit. So on maybe a humoristic level and also a serious level, why don't you talk about like what it's like to manage me and how we've been able to pull this thing together to actually help some people here?
It's difficult at times, but again, it's awesome. It's keeping those hopes and dreams in mind and trying to help reach those. And like you said, me letting up on the brake at times too, to pull the trigger and let's do this or let's move forward. Yeah, we don't have the everything ironed out yet, but we got to make some action. We'll make something happen. We, try to continue to provide things for the people that are walking through the door. And we're trying to always be innovative, as you were back in 2001 with providing a different solution for people. And that's again what we're trying to do here. And like I said, having people come out, weekly, and I'm sure that this will evolve into even more of having people on, and some impromptu stuff as well, because we have the capability of having a nice forum to do it now, and it's going to be fun. I'm excited about it. I do want to say, because I don't know that I told you, I think I originally had only scheduled this for 30 minutes, so we're right at the about the 2-minute mark on that.
No, we're going past that. So
I just I should send a text to my friend Bryant to see if
it's going to shut off.
I don't know.
I think I told him 30 minutes.
I think I told him 30 minutes. I thought we weren't going to talk more than that, but
Yeah, like we wouldn't talk for, well, hopefully it doesn't shut off. If it does, we apologize and we'll figure out a way to pick it back up, but hopefully it'll just keep going.
Yep.
Can we figure that out at all?
Yep. I'm just going to send it real quick here.
While Todd's figuring that out, I just want to take a quick moment and thank everybody who comes to Racing for Recovery. Especially the Kimes who have, helped with a lot of the video stuff. Bryant and Jim and we have their cups out here from Avid, helping them, or them helping us rather, set up all this stuff. They've done a tremendous job, and we're reaching people literally all over the globe now. So it's really cool to have that going on as well. Have we passed?
No, we're right at the 29 marker. So, again, thank you for the opportunity of everything that you've provided to so many people and me, and to see the hope and sobriety and the fun and the excitement and everything that can come from it, and then obviously the opportunity to work with you here. It's been great, and I'm excited for all the awesome stuff we have coming.
Me too. I want to hopefully this keeps going.
Yeah.
It's not going to shut off, right? It doesn't do that on Mondays, does it? We have to end it. Or Thursdays, don't we have to end it?
Looks like my friend Bryant's got back to me here. It said, should not. Won't go off until you end the stream.
All right. You guys are stuck with us for some more time. Okay, good. I want to keep going with this because I have a bunch of questions. What do you see the future of Racing for Recovery doing? What does it look like to you being a part of this?
I think the possibilities are endless, and that's what I just am so excited about. And as I told my wife coming into this,
apologize because
I'm going to be very, very busy for probably 2 to 3 years to help get this organization rolling forward even more than it has over the years, because there's a lot of great opportunities. And I think we're going to start seeing some of those come to fruition. It's a lot of long hours, but you know, just some of the different things that we have coming, the people we've met with, excited about all of it, you know. It's amazing, you know, when you continue to do the right thing, good things will continue to happen. And we have dealt with our ups and downs from, you know, outside influences and different things that have happened, but we continue to focus on what we can control and what we can do every day in our facility and in the community when we're out there speaking and communicating that message. That's all we need to keep doing, because it is helping people. It's the product of it, you know. It's helped me. I know what it does. So my passion behind what this program can offer is 1,000%, you know, and it comes out every day in the people that are here and a part of it, from our staff to the people that are here helping support others, people in the support group meeting rooms, IOP, the gym, the yoga, soul core, whatever it may be. People care, and like I said, if we just continue to do the right thing, good things will continue to happen.
We're back to I think the title of the theme of this conversation is really just having faith.
Yep.
You know, and you could take that as faith in God, faith in yourself, with faith in your family. It's faith in everything that it's going to be okay. Because the success of sobriety, I love watching people achieve their goals. You know, I got a job. We had somebody in the meeting last night that their daughter was employee of the month or whatever, and that stuff is awesome. Or somebody that, you know, ran a marathon, or they've done whatever. Those are great things, but I really enjoy hearing people saying, this is the struggle that hit me in sobriety. This is how I overcame it. And these are the benefits I have for realizing I can overcome anything. You know, we have 4 big ideas in our philosophy, and one is anybody can get off of drugs. 2 is you can achieve anything in your sobriety, hence our slogan, with sobriety anything is possible. But 3 is where it gets hard for people. It's like we're not immune to life's hardships.
Right.
But the bottom line, and this is number 4, is you never have to use drugs over it. And for us running this organization, we encounter obstacles all the time. And I love just watching our group of awesome people that are here coming up with a solution to it.
Yep.
Listening to other people, you know, having the opportunity to share your opinions on it, but always finding the solution. And trust me, we've, as you know, and people close to us know, we've had some things around here that have been hard, but that's life.
Absolutely.
But the doors are open. We're here, and I'm proud of the fact that we're rolling, and we're not just getting by. We're finally we're prospering, and I'm not talking about financially. The growth that we've had, our partnership with Mercy, the live stream that is reaching people all over, and it's great.
Absolutely.
You know, yeah.
I think back to that, you know, the 4 big ideas, and at the time I didn't know how it played into that, but back at the church when I first started coming to Sylvania and sitting, you know, across from you on a Thursday night from where it was being facilitated, and I was struggling at that time, and I just remember you saying, that stuck in my mind, that you never have to drink or use drugs again, and the fact that you said nothing good can come from it. And I continue to try to keep that in my mind in the times we have struggled here and there, from the standpoint of, you know, you have thoughts, or why am I not able to do that like, you know, other normal people can, you know, but just knowing that, again, nothing good can come from drinking or using drugs again. Keeping that in my mind as a fact, and helped me to get through so many days that it provides you that strength to make it through, and then you're like, I did it, and nothing bad happened, and I'm continuing to move forward. And those are, you know, 2 of the kind of the phrases or whatever that I kind of stuck with for a long time early on, until it helped me, you know, gain some confidence and self-esteem and different things, and I like to share that with people because you shared it with me and it was powerful to me and helped me a lot, so it's important.
You know, you brought that up, and it's interesting. In the past couple of weeks, we've heard that from a lot of people.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
Mike Herbster, he's spoken about it the past couple of weeks, have come back to that same
Yep.
thing. You know, I was told at Racing for Recovery, I never had to use drugs again. And another thing that I find, sometimes I get sad about it when they say nobody's ever talked to us
Right.
like that. You know, the surveys that we've done and people that have gone through treatment 8, 9, 10, sometimes 20 times,
Yep.
and nobody talks to them the way we do.
Yep.
No one asks the questions that we do. And to me, it's just common sense.
Yep.
You know, telling somebody coming in, no matter what state they're in with their addiction or what has happened, is just saying, look, man, you never have to do this again, and have them just kind of look like, really?
Yep.
And it's a fact. You don't have to do it. Now, that doesn't mean you get a pass on everything you've done,
Right.
or that it's going to be, you know, hard to clean it up, but you don't have to drink over it. And I think that is bringing all of this down to a basic, simplistic level of saying, really, I don't have to do it, and watching the relief that comes over people's faces.
I think it's so hard for people because it was for me, and I'm sure it is for many, that because everything you do involved alcohol or drugs, that concept is just like mind-blowing.
Right.
Everything you do, whether it's going to this, going to that, doing whatever, it was like, okay, get your whatever first, and then you do it, and or bring plenty with you. And it was like, when I heard that, like you said, and other people that have felt that same way, it's like, it's almost like a foreign idea, foreign language. It's like you can't comprehend it, and it's truth though.
Yeah. If people will just stop self-destructing and really focus on, why am I doing this? Why do I think it's normal?
Yep.
Why do I think it's normal to go to a wedding and have to carry a flask full of whatever to enjoy two people getting married?
Yep.
Or somebody's born, or God forbid somebody dies. Why do we have to have a substance to cope?
Yep.
Whether it's coping with something that's negative or celebrating something that should be celebrated with a clear mind.
Right.
And once you can grasp that, and then you start doing some of these things, like you said, it's like, oh man, this is what we're talking about. And then it's just that consistent, evolving journey
Yep.
of self-betterment, right?
Absolutely.
Do you have any questions for me? I'm wondering what people are thinking
I have no
about this
idea,
stuff. Is
man.
anybody asking a question for us?
No
out there?
questions, just some positive comments. We appreciate that.
Yeah, we'll definitely be
Yeah,
doing this.
we'll definitely be doing this more frequently with different people and try to get as many involved, and
kind of evolving as
you know,
we go.
we're kind of evolving as we go, and you know, we've thought about, so provide some feedback too. You know, we talked about doing a success story once a week, and then also potentially doing just a general topic. You know, maybe something from the Cleveland book, and just kind of elaborating on a concept or something that you've written about or we've discussed in a group, and kind of taking that topic and just, you know, opening it up to a little more in-depth conversation. So.
What did you say yesterday about Bryant said, well, it's pretty basic to do, and you're like, you know, when Todd figures out we can do this any time of the day, it's going to be chaos, you know. And I literally, like, now I'm sitting here thinking this can get turned into and it's not even, I don't want to call it a sobriety show. This is a lifestyle living
Absolutely.
thing, or whatever we're doing. It's good, and I want to show people as much as we can what this program stands for, the people that are in it, you know, and carry this further. So who knows where it'll go. We did our first one, you know, and if you want to be on this, please get a hold of us. If you have an idea of something we should do, let us know. Come on out to the Run Walk meeting on Sunday. We've got the 17th annual Racing for Recovery 10K, 5K,
Yep.
brought to you by Mercy Health, and there's over 200 people.
179 people were signed up, and last year that event did sell out, so sign up early to guarantee a spot. And yeah, exciting stuff, and just
Michael.
saw that Michael Herbster, 1 year today without drugs, posted there on Facebook. So awesome job, Michael.
That's good.
Proud of you, man. Keep up the good work.
Again, if you are anywhere in the country or throughout the world, if you need help, contact us. If you're looking for something different
Yep,
than you've been exposed to, we're it.
absolutely.
And we're here to help. So give us a call, 419-824-8462, the website, racingforrecovery.org. Please share this, get it out there, and
Like
Yep.
us on
thanks for tuning
Yeah,
in.
like us on Facebook and YouTube, follow it, subscribe to it. That'll give you the, the prompts and let you know each time that we are going to do one of these too as well. So we'll start creating events for it and make sure that it's available to everyone. And again, thanks for listening today, and thank you, sir, for everything you've done and creating this awesome program.
It's all good, man. Thanks, everybody. Have a
right.
good weekend.